An unfair world one day, a man while walking towards his office saw a beggar coming to him. The beggar was in a very bad condition. He was barefoot and his clothes were torn. When the beggar asked for money, the man said, "Why don't you work? Don't you feel ashamed asking people for money?" At this the beggar replied, "I do feel ashamed asking for money, but once when I took money without asking, the police took me to jail." The man had no answer to this. He went on his way to the office. The end. Does the sod knowance there were two classmates, Pat and Tom. One day, Pat went to Tom's house to borrow a book. On the entrance, he found a dog standing. Seeing Pat, it started barking. Pat got frightened. Tom came running and held his dog. Pat was still breathing heavily. At this, Tom said, "Pat, dogs who bark never bite." Pat said, "You and I know this proverb, but this dog doesn't know." Both the friends laughed heartily. The end. England or London. Robert got a job in a landlord's house. Once, a landlord's friend came to his house. The landlord called Robert and asked him to bring his binocular. Robert quickly went to the landlord's room and brought the binocular. After the friend left, the landlord called Robert and scolded, "You should have asked me which binocular to bring, the one from England or the one from London. It would signify how rich I am." Robert nodded his head. Few days later, another friend of the landlord came to his house. The friend saw a lion skin and asked the landlord who had killed it. The landlord said that it was his father. The landlord then called Robert and asked him to bring his father's photograph. At this Robert asked, "Which one, sir? One of England or one of London?" The end. Fear of Gadons. There were two brothers who were very naughty. Always they were up to some mischief. One day, their mother asked a priest to talk to her sons and put the fear of God in them so that they would mend their ways. The priest asked her to send her sons to him one by one. Firstly, the younger brother went to the priest and sat by his side. The priest asked him in a commanding voice, "Where is God?" The boy didn't react. When the priest asked again, the boy ran to his elder brother and said, "Do you know God is missing? And everybody thinks that we are responsible for this." The end.